Today in the show, we're talking about how the X-Men might be going back to Marvel. So Fox recently announced that after Logan, they would not be renewing any of the cast of the X-Men movies' contracts, which has led a lot of people to believe that the X-Men might be handed back over to Marvel, at least in part. Maybe they've got a joint custody deal going on, but either way, I am really excited. There's not much to say, honestly, there's just a lot of speculation, but let's talk about some of the things that could happen if the X-Men do go back to Marvel, because Marvel are known for taking lesser known characters and really getting people to love them. So naturally you've got to have their X-Men movie to start everything off. And I think they would do a movie that's set in the past, but that would end in modern days. So we would see the teenage X-Men, we would see the team forming in a way that we've never seen it done before. But I feel like by the time it ends, it'll be set around now, the school would be formed, there'll be a lot more younger mutants, and we would see the teenage X-Men all grown up and they are now mentoring younger mutants. So characters that I would want to get their own TV shows. First off, most importantly, Dazzler. I am a huge Dazzler fan. There's only one other person on YouTube that's a bigger of a Dazzler fan as me, and that's Comic Book Girl 19. But you know what? She can be a bigger Dazzler fan and I can be a bigger Wiccan fan. A Dazzler TV show or Netflix series would be great, and I'll tell you for why. Because in a lot of superhero TV shows and Netflix series, it focuses too much on the action and the superhero aspect, but that's not what Dazzler really is. It's a drama, it's a love drama with superhero aspects, and we've yet to see that explored on TV or on Netflix. I think the biggest example of this that we've had so far is Jessica Jones, and people loved Jessica Jones, so it'll just be amping up the drama aspect and turning down the horror aspect of Jessica Jones. For all of you that don't know who Dazzler is, she is a mutant with the ability to turn sound into light, and she's in hiding as a mutant because she's essentially a celebrity and she doesn't want anyone knowing that she's a mutant. And eventually in the comics, she does come out as a mutant to the public and her career is over. She has to fake her own death. She starts just singing backup for random bands. She can't get any work. It's insane. But she also does really cool things, like becomes the Herald of Galactus, or has a really cute relationship with Angel. That was so bad for them, but so cute. I'd also like to see a Generation X Netflix show that is about 16 to 18-year-olds and is a really accurate portrayal of 16 to 18-year-olds, because these days, whenever you do a TV show and it's got 16-year-olds in it, they never act like 16-year-olds. When I was 16, I didn't know anyone that had their virginity still. I mean, the age of consent is considerably younger in the UK to the US, but still, I know you'd have to age that up a bit for a Netflix show, so they would all have to be around 18, but still, I think Generation X would be great for that because, again, it could be a drama with superhero aspects, but set in a school. Another thing I'm excited for is maybe they'll finally get the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga right, because here's the thing, the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga, it's a long whole thing. Like, you can't just randomly have and Jean is the Phoenix. Like, you can't have that. You've got to have them going into space, them coming back down to Earth, and Jean joining with the Phoenix Force. Like, that is a key moment in that character. And understand that adaptations can be different, but for that specific thing, it's like you need to keep it. Like, not having that would be like doing Harry Potter, but not having Hogwarts. Like, you just can't do that. So at the end of Infinity War, I would have Captain America turn around and say something like, you know, we've been assisted this whole time and these people haven't had any credit. These heroes work in the shadows. They've been doing minor stuff that we haven't had time to pay attention to, and now it's time we highlight them. And the world finds out about the X-Men. They revealed the nature of their powers and how, like, they're kind of dangerous because they were born with them and they were never really learnt to control them. And that's when the world becomes afraid of mutants because they don't have experience in PR, so they explain it really, really badly. Maybe you could even have one of the Avengers that the whole world knows and trusts by this point react badly to the X-Men, and that causes the world to react badly to mutants. There is definitely a lot of things they could do, and there's a lot of factors going into it because people as it stands already don't like heroes. Like, remember that one episode of Jessica Jones where she got shot? So to think that there are kids running about with these powers would probably scare a lot of people and cause them to hate mutants because they do manifest their powers much younger than other heroes who get them much later in life. But overall, I really am excited to see the X-Men coming home to Marvel. I really hope that this is true. I really, really hope that this is true, that they've worked a joint custody deal, because Fox, you can earn more money if you let Marvel just do the X-Men. You could earn a lot more money because people would give a shit then.
It's super effective!
Okay guys, that is it for today. So what do you think of the X-Men being owned by Marvel? Do you think it's a joint custody deal? And are you excited for the idea of this? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon if you want to see bigger and better and more history videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.